Good morning, everyone. Last session we started the servlets, right? Okay, there we'll do the discussion with what is core Java. With the help of core Java, what kind of applications we will develop. Okay, is my screen is visible for everyone, online people. I will share my screen and then we'll start the session. Now this is clear for everyone. Last session we started servlets, right? Is it visible for everyone? Guys, board is visible. Okay. So the thing is, we are discussing about the servlets. Today is the part number two. Part number one already we done the discussion. Okay. So the basic thing is, like as of before going coming to the servlets, we had done the discussion with core Java. With the help of core Java, we can able to develop the standalone applications. Standalone applications meaning we can access within the system only. The examples are like notepad, calculator, and some games will be there. In the old days, we will play some snake game. These kind of applications you can develop with the core Java. Okay, and then next thing is we have the JDBC also one advanced topic which is available in the advanced Java. Okay, the main purpose of JDBC is abbreviation for the JDBC is Java database connectivity. Okay, what the purpose of JDBC is, where we have the database, right? Database purpose is it will store the data, and then where we have the web application, it will act as a mediator in between our web application and database. It will act as a mediator. Okay, it will communicate with the database and it will help to store our data into the web application. Okay, database is a mediator in between our web application and the database. This is clear. And then we are discussing about the servlets, right? The main purpose of servlets also is nothing but these are the normal Java classes only, where we have the some predefined methods are like init method, service method, destroy method, and what the methods will do, they will take the parameters, process the parameters, and return the response. Okay, return the response. What is the purpose of the servlets is it is used to develop the web applications using the Java. This is the purpose, but definition is the different. Are you guys clear with the point? So the definition already we already discussed in the last session. The purpose of servlets is to develop the web applications using the Java. The definition is the different. Okay. Next thing is we done the discussion with what is web applications, right? So generally, web application which can be accessed by the multiple users at a time is called web applications. Okay, that is the first point. Second point, web applications runs inside the server. And third point is server is a program which is used to run the web applications. For example, are like Apache Tomcat, JBoss, WebLogic. So these all are the servers. These all are the servers. Like these all are open source, meaning we can download, you can go to the your Chrome and then you can look for the specific server. For example, if you want to download the Apache Tomcat server, then you can look for the Apache Tomcat server download. Okay, there are multiple versions that will be there, so you can download any version. So which one, like 9, 10, 8, these three are recommended. In case of JBoss also, if you want to specific download in JBoss also, you can go to the Chrome and then you can look for the JBoss Tomcat server, and then you can able to download the JBoss Tomcat server, JBoss server. Okay. Similarly, WebLogic also the same thing. Why I am saying these two are basically not only one Tomcat server in the market. There multiple servers will be there, parallel servers. You can download any of one of them and then you can start using the server. Okay. This is all about web applications. Web application meaning multiple persons can able to access at a time all over the world 24 into 7. Web application runs inside the server only. If you want to run the web application, server is mandatory. Without server, we cannot run our web application. Okay. Node point is server is a program which is used to run our web applications. Okay. Server is a program, or you can say server is a one software. Software is nothing but a group of programs. This is the basic thing. Like in the first session also we done with like how to programming language build. There itself I can like we discuss with like one language. If you take any language, first you learn the words, and then with the help of those things you can make the words. With the help of words you can make the sentences. With the help of sentences you can make the paragraphs, and then with the help of paragraphs you can make the stories, right? Similarly, where we can see discussion with the programming language also. So if anyone will ask like what is software, then what is your answer? Collection of programs is called software. So here if you see, server is also one software, meaning collection of program. You can say two ways. One is server is the software, and second one is the server is a program, and which is used to run the web applications. These all are the examples. And second one is web application architecture. Are you guys clear with my point? In the web application architecture, mainly two actors will be available. One is the server, second one is the client, right? So client means a person or system which will send the request to the server to access web applications. Okay, client means a server. I would say a person or system which will send a request to the server to access the web application. Next thing is server means which is a program which is responsible to take and request and process the request and return the response, right? Okay, next one is we done the discussion with step to develop the web applications. First step is already in the previous session we done the three steps basically. Okay, the first step is we need to set up the server software, meaning download and install. Already you guys aware how to download Tomcat server. Okay, you guys done these three steps like Tomcat server download and then dynamic web project creation, and then third one is the setup build for the required libraries. This I hope you guys are already done with these three steps. Okay, fine. So simply download server also you can go to the Chrome and simply look for the Tomcat server download. There we will get the options based on the versions. You can choose either 8, either 9 or 10, then you can download. Okay, these three already we done the discussion in the last session. Okay, fine. Okay, fine. After this, now, so yesterday we download the Tomcat server, right? So today in deeply we'll discuss about the Tomcat server. Tomcat server. Okay. So first thing is, so Tomcat server developed by the Apache organization. Are you guys clear with my point? The first point is Tomcat server developed by the Apache organization. Developed developed by the Apache organization. This is the first point. Apache organization. Okay. So next thing is Tomcat server is the open and free source. Are you guys clear with my point? Tomcat server is open and free source. Open and free source. Why I am saying open and free source? Because it is easily available it is easily available, meaning you can download freely, you can use it freely. So that's why what I am saying, Tomcat server is a open and free source, free and open source. Okay, free and open source, free and open source. Okay, okay, the main purpose of Tomcat server is Tomcat server used to run the web applications. So Tomcat server is used to run Java web applications. Java web applications. Okay, fine. And then fourth point is you can remember Tomcat server is also developed by the language is Java. Tomcat server is also Tomcat server is also developed by Java language. Java language. Are you guys clear with my point? So first one is the Tomcat server developed by the Apache organization, and Tomcat server is free and open source. And the next thing is Tomcat server is used to run the web applications, and then Tomcat server is also developed uh, by using Java language only. By using Java language only. Okay, by using Java language. And next point is Tomcat server default port number is 8080. That is also very important point. Next point is Tomcat. Tomcat server Tomcat server default port number is 8080. Default port number is 8080. Okay. If you want to change, you can change. If you want if you want to change, you can change, right? If you want to change, if you want, you can change also. If you want, you can change also. You can. Are you guys clear with these points? This is clear. Now the thing is, you can download the server by using. You can simply come here and then you can look for the Tomcat server download. Tomcat server download, and then you can go to the Chrome, and then you can come to the, and there you can look for some specific Tomcat server, right? And then you can download any one of them. Okay, so in my case I'm downloading this one 64 operating system, and then can give any path. In my case I am giving this one as a path already in my location. This is already available. So now what I'm doing, simply I'm going to my downloads position, go to the downloads, and then you can look for the Apache Windows 64. If you go through it, and if you see, this is the Apache Tomcat folder structure. Okay, so next thing topic is Apache Tomcat folder structure. Are you guys clear with my point? Apache Tomcat folder structure. Tomcat server folder structure. Okay, so here the first we have the folder is bin folder. So what is the bin folder? It will contain binary files. It will contain binary files to start and stop the server. To start and stop the server. Stop the server. Are you guys clear with my point? Second one is I will show you simply can what you guys will do. Simply you can go to your I would say this is your Tomcat server, right? You come bin folder, if you scroll down, somewhere will be having start.bat. Some guys this option won't visible. In that case, what the guys will do, you can look for the I would say file explorer options. Then simply what you guys will do, file explorer options. File explorer options. If you click on this, you will get the file explorer options. You can change the tab general to view, and you can go there, and then by default you guys will be in the tick mark. You need to untick and then apply and then close. Are you guys clear with my point? So some cases, some guys, though in those cases these files will not visible. In that case you guys, you need to follow that process. Okay, first folder is bin folder. It will contain binary files. Okay, binary files to start and stop the server. To start and stop the server. Next file is configuration files. Configuration files. So it will contain for configuration files related to the Tomcat server. It will contain configuration files. Configuration files. Configuration files related to Tomcat server. For example, I will show you to Tomcat server. And then next thing is where we have the web apps. Okay, web apps is the folder which is used to keep our web applications, which is used to keep our web applications. And where we have the library files. Okay, library folder. It will contain jar. It will contain jars. It will contain jars. Jar mean all jar files. It will contain the jar files. Next, where we have the temp file and web apps files. Okay, so whenever you are building at the time, temp files will be created. Temp files, temp meaning temporary files will be created. Temp files will be created. And next thing is work folder. So work folder meaning work files will be created. Work files will be created. Okay, basically here the thing is these two are you can ignore. These are not mandatory. These they will the files will be created at the time of at the time of building and deploying time. Okay, these two folders you can ignore. So you can remember these four folder structures, what the purpose of each folder and what the each folder is doing. Okay, so the first one is bin folder, right? So what the bin folder will do, bin folder it will contain the binary files to start and stop the server, to start and stop the server. Are you guys clear with my point? Next, config file. Config is the folder. It will contain configurations files related to the Tomcat server. Okay, I will show you. Already you guys aware of bin folder. So now I will go to the bin folder. Now, if I scroll up, this is the bin folder. And then if I want to start the server, you can come to start.bat. Then if you click on it, okay, you can start the server by using this option, right? Where we have started bit. Okay, we can start the server, we can stop the server by using this option. And where we have the second option, I would say configuration files. You can come to the configurations where we have the Tomcat user.xml, right? You can open that one, and then so this is the information which is related to Tomcat server, meaning by default this is the version XML dot version 1.8 and then encoding UTF-8. Okay, this is the Tomcat user server, and if I open server.xml content.xml, if I open web.xml, where we have the line number of these are some configuration files are available related to Tomcat server. Okay, okay, so we'll open this is the web.xml and then Tomcat server.xml. If you see in the line number 71, 8080 is the default port number. If you want to change the port number, you can simply come to the server.xml and you can change to 8080 to some other port number. Whatever the port number you want, you can come to server.xml and you can change the port number. You can change the port number. By default, it will be considered as 8080 is the port number. Are you guys clear with my point? So this is all about I would say configuration file where we'll be having, so based on the whatever the server port number you have mentioned, With the help of that port number, our server will work. Okay. Okay. The thing is, next thing is, I will go to the IDE and then so we'll clear this topic basically. These 2 points are clear. Bin folder, it will contain the binary files to start and stop the server. Okay. Next thing is, next thing is a config file. It will contain the configuration file related to Tomcat server. Okay. Third one is web apps, which is used to keep our web applications. Which is used to keep our web applications. Next, fourth one is it will contain the jars. Jars, meaning predefined libraries are available. Like in the last session also, we build set up the build path by using this library folder only. Servlet.api.jar. Okay, next temp and work. These two are the folders. Some temporary files will be created at the time of deployment. So these two we can ignore. These two are not mandatory. Okay, these two are we can ignore. Okay, are you guys clear with my point about the Tomcat server? This is the Tomcat server history, and this is the Tomcat server folder structure. Folder structure. Now, next is in the last session, we download the Tomcat server and install. This is done, and create the web dynamic project, right? Okay, so I will go to the web dynamic project, and then we'll see. We'll see. I would say we'll delete this one. Okay, so last session I have created the dynamic project. So how to create? Simply you can come to file and then you can new and click on the dynamic web project. Dynamic web project. Okay, click on it and you can give the dynamic web project name. You can give anything. In my case, I'm giving the project name as the OKA. OKA Technologies. Anything you can do. In your case, also you can give anything. OKA Technologies. Okay, I'm giving OKA Technologies, and then in your case, target runtime. At the first time, it won't by default. It won't consider. At the time, you can add. How will you add? You can come to new runtime, and then there you can give the path. Okay. Next thing is dynamic web module version is 4.0, 4.0 only. You can choose this one option only. Next thing is remind you can skip only this to our you can configure you can consider and then next and then src folder next and web.xml is like your wish. Okay, so I'm click on web.xml, click on the finish, and then not a mandatory. Web.xml is not a mandatory. Okay, oak technology the project got created, right? Now today we'll see how the project structure will be there. If I open the oak technologies, if you see this structure will be there. So what does it mean by structure? We'll try to discuss. So Java resources meaning basically any project, if you take the project is combination of front end and back end, right? Back end files you can write inside the Java resources. Are you guys clear with my point? Back end Java related files you can write inside the Java resources. Okay, next we have some front-end technologies like CSS, HTML, Bootstrap, module, I would say React.js, Angular. So front-end related files you can write inside the web content. Web content. Are you guys clear with my point? This is for back-end. This is for the front-end. This is for the front-end. Okay. So here, these are the some libraries will be there. These are related to JavaScript related, and so this is the folder structure of the Oak Technologies, the project. If you take the project, there we will be having backend. You can write inside the Java resources under the SRC. Here you can write the backend. Okay. Related to front end, you can write web content. You can write web content. Okay. For example, as of now, my requirement is I need to take one HTML file. There I can write some dummy message. So here the question is, what does it mean by HTML? What does it mean by HTML? HTML is the presentation language, right? HTML is the presentation language. This is the presentation language. Okay, HTML is the presentation language. Are you guys clear with my point? Okay, now what I'm doing is, so every project start with the one file, that is the index.html. Not only index.html, you can take any file. So in my case, I'm taking normally index.html is the recommended one. Okay, now what you will do, click on the web content and then file, and then you can take a new file. You can create the file. Okay, so simply what you will do, you can mention, you can take the file. So the file name I would like to mention index.html. Okay, so the file got created under the web content. Okay, so what about it, meta info meaning, meta some, the regular question is, what about metadata meaning, data about data, meta data about data. Okay, for example, in this case, it will having the information about the web technologies data, like which version. For example, if you are using the HTML file, then the data will be stored in the manifest.ml, like which version you are using. So this web technologies related information will be available in the meta IDEs. Meta meaning data about data. So here it will tell some information about the technologies, what kind of technologies you are using. So that's the thing. Okay. Next, some in the web info where we will be having libraries folder. So there will be having some jar files we will use in the front end also. We will use the front end also. As of now is clear. Now I am taking the index.html. So in the index.html, there will be having the HTML structure, right? You can write the HTML by using the HTML structure, or directly you can write like this also. You can directly give the text also. For example, in my case, I am giving search software solutions. Okay, search software solutions, and this is the some dummy text I have written in the index.html. Okay, so I'm saving this one. Already you guys aware how to configure the servlet to IDE. In the last session, we already done the discussion. Now I want to, my requirement is, I want to deploy this file, this specific file in my Apache Tomcat server. So how can I deploy? So the first thing is you can start the server. So my server already started. If you want to stop the server, you can stop. So my Tomcat server already started, right? Now, if you double click on it, you will get the port number as well. If you see here, this is the by default port number is 8080. If you want to change, you can change here the port number also. So how will you get this pop-up box? Simply you can come here. If you click on the Tomcat 9 server, then you will get the pop-up box. Okay, so I know my default port number is 8080. I want to start using my server by using the same port number. Now what should I do? Simply I am going. Now my requirement is, I need to deploy this specific file, which meaning index.html. I need to deploy into my Tomcat server, right? So how can I deploy? So simply can click on the file. Before going to deploy, you need to start the server. So in my case, already my server has started. If not, so in your case, if it is not started, simply click on it. There we will get the start option. Okay, there we will get the start option. I am restarting my server. Okay, my server has started. Now simply can click on the file, the specific file, and run on server. If I click on, and you can select the Tomcat server, which version you got installed in your local, and click on the Tomcat server, and then simply go to the next. And then if you see, these two are my projects. One is the Oak Technology, second one is the Surge. Okay, so okay, if you want to give the specific, you can give the specific one also. Okay, so if I want to the deploy, I want to run that both servers, so you can click on the finish and then restart the server. Okay, the server has started, and then if you see hello search software solution is coming from this path. Okay, so I'm copying this one, and then I'm opening any one of other, so the same port number I'm using here. If you see here HTTP and after that localhost colon 8080 is the uh, address of the server, address of the server. So after that, you mandatorily follow the same structure only. Second, this is the part number one. You can consider, you can divide it into multiple parts. This is the part number one. In the part number, server IP address. In the part number two, our project name. Our project name is the web technologies. And third one is the file name. When you are hitting the URL, this you need to follow these three parts. Part number one is the IP address of the server. Second, part number two is the project name. In the part number three, file name. These three steps you need to follow whenever you are trying to hit the URL. Okay, so I'm hitting my URL. If you see, I'm getting my data. I'm getting my data. How I am getting my data? I'm deploying this file into the Tomcat server, and by using this port number, by using this path, I can, if I take any browser, if I take any browser, I can hit and then I can get the data. For example, in this case, if I take this one, you are getting some data. Okay, hello search software solutions. Okay, the thing is, you guys remember hello search software solutions. Okay, now if you see guys, now what I'm doing, I'm changing the path. This is the exact path. If when anybody can hit this path, we will get the data. But sometimes what will happen, I'm changing the path. Basically this index.html, uh, index.html, this index.html is not available in my local also. This is the some wrong path I am giving. This is the some wrong path I am giving. Okay, and then if I click on it, if you see which kind of error it is coming, 404 error. Are you guys clear with my point? Which is coming 404 error. 404 error meaning client, client related issues. Client, who is the client in my case? I am only the client. Okay, I am only the client. You can say client or you can say user, both are same. Okay, so in my case I am only the client. If I am trying to hit some wrong path, why I am saying the wrong path? Up to project name, this is the fine. 8080 is the fine, and the second part number two also fine. But in case of part number three, this file actually which is not available in my local, but I am trying to hitting with wrong path. How could I get the data? No, it is not possible. So that's why it is throwing the error. That is the 404 error. 404 error meaning client related issue. If you are trying to hit the wrong path, then it will say that is the client related issue. Okay, fine. Next thing is, I would say I will come here. So as of now, you guys clear with my points. This is the HTTP status codes. HTTP status codes. You will get the error in between 100 to 199. Then that is informational codes. If you miss the any like this is the information code. Okay. Next thing is success code. How will you check the success codes? Success code meaning Tomcat, where we will use the Tomcat server also. I will show you. So there we will get the full clarity of the Tomcat server. So Tomcat server, these are the real-time tools, guys. If you're not aware of it, then you can go to the some open source websites are like YouTube. Some websites you can go and then where you can learn. So simply now what I'm doing, I'm downloading one Tomcat server also. So how to download? Simply you can come here and you can look for the uh, I would say the tool name. What I'm saying, Postman. Okay, Postman is the tool, and then you can come here. Uh, Already in my local, I guess, already available. Postman. You can look for the Postman. It's not available. If not, you can simply come to your Chrome and you can Postman download. Uh, if you see, click on Windows 64 and it will be downloaded. Download as it is asking the location, so I am giving Postman 64. I'm giving the downloads path. Okay, and then next you can go to downloads, click on the Postman. Okay, click on the Postman. The tool will be open. So what you guys will do in your free time, you can learn the some real-time tools. So I will mention some real-time tools names. Real-time tools. So you can in your free time you can learn these tools also. Real-time tools. What are the tools? Generally, first one we can learn about the Jira. Okay. Second one we can learn about the Git and GitHub. Git and GitHub. Okay. Third one we can remember debugging. How to debug is the how to debugging. Okay. Fourth one we can remember about the postman. Postman. Okay. Fifth one we can learn about the sonar cube. Sonar cube. Sixth one you can remember about the Jenkins. Jenkins. Seventh one you can remember about the Docker. Docker. Not Docker. Docker. So when you have the free time, at the time you can learn these two. These are the real time tools. So any project we are using these two also. These two also. So in the GitHub cases, there will be having some parallel tools. So you can learn one. If you learn one tool, then with the help of that tool, you can manage remaining these parallel tools also. For example, I will go to the Chrome, and then here if I look for the tools for repository tools, repository tools in market, can you provide me list list of the tools? Okay, if I look for the tools, if you see what are the repository tools, if I click on this one, you can simply go to your images. There some list will be there. So if I open this document, we'll get repository tools. What are the parallel tools for Git and GitHub? Git and GitHub. The current market. Provide me the list. If you go to the images, so basically we'll be having the I would say the tools are in the market. This is the one tool, and in the market we'll be having the Git Bash, okay, Bitbucket. These are the some parallel tools. These are the some parallel tools. Okay, these are the some parallel tools. So now you guys, what you guys will do, you can learn one tool. With the help of this tool, you can manage the remaining tools also. Jira, Git and GitHub, debugging. Next thing is Postman, and next thing is SonarQube. Next thing is Jenkins, and after this, you should learn the Docker. You should learn the Docker. Okay, these three are the basic thing. Okay, you need to learn. These are the tools. Okay, now we are Postman. You can simply come to the Postman, and then already I have downloaded in my case. If you click on the Postman, it will be open. This is the Postman, right? Now what you guys will do? This path you can take. Control A. I am copying that path. I am coming to the Postman tool. I am pasting here, and then if I send the request, now you guys see which code I am getting. I am getting 200 code. So what does it mean by 200 code? What does it mean by 200 code? Success error. Okay. If I give the any wrong path, this file actually which is not available in my local. Okay. When I am trying to hit with the wrong URL, then if I send the request to the server, I'm sending the request, and you guys see you are getting the 404 error. We are getting the 404 error. So Postman is the tool which is used to like to track the methods where we have the HTTP methods. HTTP methods. So there you can check how the methods is working fine or not. You can track by using the Postman. So these are the like HTTP status codes. HTTP status codes. First one is the information codes, and second one is the success codes. Like you will get the code in between the 200 to 200 where you can check. You can simply go to the your path. Not only this one, you can take any. Not only that path. If you take any, like sometimes what will happen, some websites are not working. So in that case, how will you find out like why the website is not working properly? So how will you find out the issue? So simply, for example, if I want to take the some Flipkart, some date can take, can look for the Flipkart. Okay, we are getting the Flipkart, right? Click on the Flipkart, and then this is the some URL, right? And click on this URL, or else if I click on some phone, this is the some URL, right? And I am copying this URL, and then I am going to my Postman tool, and then I'm saving this thing, delete that one, and I'm passing that one, and then I'm sending the request. Now you guys, you see what I am getting? I am getting 200, meaning the URL is working good. Okay. So Postman is the tool. So you can note down these all the points. So first point is one accesses meaning informational codes. You will get the error in between 100 to 199. Then you can treat it as the informational codes. Second one is the 200 to 299, which meaning success codes, meaning your URL is working good. Third one is the redirectional codes. Sometimes what will happen, our URL will be linked with any other URL. So in that case, what will happen? The page will be the URL will be redirected to other URL. In that case, you will get the error in between the 300 to 399. 300 to 399. Okay, the next thing is 400. Client side errors, like if you are trying to hit some wrong URLs, and then in that case you will get the error is 400 to 499 error. Okay, next fifth one is the server code errors. Server code errors meaning server side errors. Sometimes some issues, like sometimes what will happen if many requests are coming from multiple users, at the time the server also will down. Okay, the server also not able to process the request, not able to return the response. In that time, immediately it will give the error is 500 to 599, meaning that is the server side issue. These are the issues you can find out in the real time scenarios. Okay, these three are very very important. And the next thing is HTTP protocols. Like what does it mean by HTTP protocol meaning? HTTP protocol meaning hypertext transfer protocol. Hypertext protocol transfer. So what is the purpose of HTTP protocol methods basically, which will act as a mediator between the client and server. So this one I will explain through the MS Pen, then you know we'll get the clarity on it. For example, if you want to move from here, this is a BML layout, right? BML layout to Matali, then how will you go normally? By using the bus or by using, if you have the bike, you can go with bike. If you have the car, you can go with bike. Meaning here the bike and these vehicles are act as a mediator. Got it right? Those are act as a mediator. In the same scenario, what will happen in case of like when you are hitting some specific URL? In that case, what will happen in generally? So the request is also going to the server, right? So how the request is directly going to the server? Directly it is going, or else it will take any mediator help. Yes, it will take the mediator help. Those mediators are called HTTP methods. Those are called HTTP methods. I will show you. I will draw the diagram and then I will show you. Then you know you guys will understand easily. Now I will take. Okay, fine. Now I will take two diagrams. One is. Mhm. This is clear, guys. Visible for everyone. Uh, we have the two systems. This is the, you can say, client, okay, or you can say user. Anything is fine. Okay, for example, we are looking for some string. We are passing some string by using your Chrome softwares. Like for example, www.youtube.com. Some string I am passing in my Chrome. Okay, are you guys clear with my point? By using laptop, anything. Then the thing is, next after whenever passing your the string, you are getting some data. How the data is coming? The string is going to some server. Okay, this is the server. You can assume this is the server. So it is directly going individually. No, it will take the help. That help is called. It will take the HTTP protocol methods help. HTTP protocol, hypertext transfer protocol, hypertext transfer protocol. So this will act as a mediator in between client and server. Are you guys clear with my point? If we want to go to the Martali and return to back, How will you go and come? Don't say by walk. Ah, don't say by walk. You are using some mediators. Okay? Like vehicles, cars, bikes. These are the mediators we will use, right? In our in this case also we will use one mediator, that is the HTTP hypertext transfer protocol. So now if you want to send the request, if you want to send the request will go to, here will be having a request plus HTTP methods. HTTP methods. Okay, the request is going to the server, and what the server will do? First, it will take the request. The request is coming from client to server. Now, server it will receive the request. Okay, process the request. Processing the request means executing the request. Okay, it will execute the request, and is there any data related to the this URL? Then immediately what the server will do? It will prepare one response, and it will return the return back to return back to client. Okay, are you guys clear with my point? So basically that is all about HTTP protocol. HTTP protocol meaning HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Again, you guys, this request is also having multiple components actually. Okay, this response also having multiple components. Not only a word, it will having internally components. The components are like a request header. Okay, I will some drag little bit down. Huh? Oh. Not only these two, it will be having some components also. The components are like so, which is also every request, which is also categorized into some groups. This is the request format, and this is header format. Okay, this is the request format. So every request which is having the combination of four parts. Okay, this is the response. Taking this slide. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 4. Okay. So where in the first box, this is the structure, request structure. Okay, whenever you are sending the request, so the browser uh, it will be make it the structure like this, and then this structure it will send to the server. Okay, this is the request structure. So first in the first line we'll be having the a request. Okay, request header. This is the request header. Okay, next one where we have the request line actually. Request line, request line. Okay, uh, here we'll be having some request space, a request space. Here we have the request body, a request body. Are you guys clear with my point? So how will you send the request? For example, here in the requester header, which is having the information which is about request plus HTTP methods. HTTP methods. Are you guys clear with my point? HTTP methods. Okay, it will go to the server, and what the server immediately it will do? the server generally, when the request will go to the server, so it will take the request and immediately it will create the two objects. Immediately it will create the two objects. One is the request object, second one is the response object. Are you guys clear with my point? Who will create the two objects? Server will create two objects. One is the request object, second one is the response object. Okay, if it is the data is available, okay, then what it will do? It will this is the response structure, right? In the response structure also, which is having the combination of multiple parts. Now, first one is the response header. Response header. In the response header, what kind of information will be available? Basically, response status code. Response status code. Like if you are looking for the some wrong URL pattern, at the time also the request will go to the server, and then this request will given by the server only. In the response header will be having the information which is about the response status code. Response status code. Next, response line. Response line, and then third one is the response space. Space meaning some space will be available between the this message and this content. Response response space, and the fourth one is the response body. Fourth one is the response body. Are you guys clear with my point? Here the body, the data, like for example if you are looking for the youtube.com, you are getting the response, right? The response will be available here. Okay, the request body is available here. Request body, and you are getting the response. You are getting the response. The thing here, you can remember HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Okay, HTTP protocol methods meaning also in the internally when you are attending for the fresher level interview, they will ask the one basic question. The basic question is, what is the default method when you are sending the request? What is the default method will be executed? What is the default method will be executed when you are sending the request? Execute when you are sending the request. Okay, the answer is get method. Get method. Okay, also you can remember here one more point also. These are the four methods. These are the HTTP methods. Data from the server. Second method is the post method. Post method which is for to submit the data into the server. Third one is the put method. Fourth one is the delete method. Okay. The four methods are, first method is the to get the data from the server. To get the data from the server. Okay. Second point is post method. Post method is to submit the data into the server. To submit the data. To submit the data into the server. And next thing is put method, to update the data into the server. Data into the server. Okay, and delete method, to delete the data from the server. To delete the data from the server. Are you guys clear with my point as of now? And then while writing the servlets, we will use some out of the box classes also. There we will get the there we will use the to get methods. So some whoever is doing the beginners program, they will confuse. They will confuse. Are you guys clear with my point? This method is the different. Okay, this method is coming from the predefined classes. But these methods are the HTTP protocol methods. These methods are used to these methods are will be act as a mediator in between the client and server. These methods are used to transfer our request from one place to another place. But in case of do get, which is coming from the predefined classes. Okay, when you are triggering the get method, internally it will be triggered to do get method. But this method is coming from the predefined method. This method is coming from the HTTP protocol method. Okay, purpose of the both methods are the different. This is the HTTP protocol methods. This is the predefined methods coming from the predefined classes. Okay, the both are different. They both purpose is different. Don't confuse. Starting at the time of some guys, they are confusing in these two areas. This method is coming from the predefined class. This method is HTTP protocol methods. HTTP protocol methods. Are you guys clear with my point? So where we have the we can note down these points. HTTP protocol meaning HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And next point is HTTP protocol acting as a mediator between the client and server. Next, HTTP protocol divided into two parts. One is the HTTP request, second one is the HTTP response. So HTTP request is having the one structure, response is also having the one structure. Who will create this structure? This structure, browser. Like our if you are using Chrome, Chrome browser will be created this structure. Okay, structure this one it will be created. Okay, response structure also who will create it? Server will create it. Okay, don't confuse in these two areas. Next one is the HTTP methods. These are the HTTP methods. HTTP methods main purpose is to transfer. Okay, from our request from server browser to server. These are the some methods like get method. For example, if I go to the Tomcat server, if you see what does it mean by get method, this is the HTTP method. This is the HTTP methods. Okay, if you mention the post, put, patch, delete, head, these are the predefined HTTP methods. Post method to send the data into the server and to update the data to update the data, to delete the data, to delete the data. Are you guys clear with my point? So now what you guys will do, we can read these all the points from here to here. Hmm. What is the first point? Huh? Using startup.bat and shutdown.bat. What is the second point? Container. It contains libraries, jars. Next third point. కంప్లీట్ చదవండి ఏదో ఇట్ కంటైన్స్ అన్నారు తర్వాత మిస్ అవుతుంది ఇట్ కంటైన్స్ ఇది నెక్స్ట్ థర్డ్ పాయింట్ this is called deployment folder. We need to keep war files here for deployment. Next point, it contains temporary files. We can delete them. Next, it contains server execution files. Next, HTTP protocol methods. First, what does it mean by first line? HTTP stands for Hypertext Transfer Protocol. Second line, HTTP protocol acting as a mediator between client and server. Third point, HTTP protocol divides into two parts. One is the HTTP request. Second one, HTTP response. ఏ సుప్రియ సైలెంట్ ఉన్నావు నోరు చదువుతుంది మాట రావట్లేదు నెక్స్ట్ HTTP methods to get the data from the server. Next, to send the data to the server. Next, to update the data. Next, to delete the data. Next, HTTP status codes. What is the first one? 192, 100 to 199. You will get any error in between the 100 to 199. You can consider as the informational code. Second one, successful. Uh, 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 next, what are the tools? Jira. Uh, uh, mm. Tomorrow, your assignment, what you guys will do, you need to prepare this document, and after this document, you need to set up the Tomcat server where you can take one .xml file. The name you should take anything. Deploy this .xml file, and you can hit with the path, specific path, and then you can get the data. Okay, this is your assignment. Tomorrow I will ask each and everyone the KT of the Tomcat server. There itself you can tell the entire the process. What does it mean by servlets? What is web application? And then web application architecture, and the steps to develop the. Here you can remember the four steps, three steps. Okay, three steps, and then after this we done the remaining theoretical part like Tomcat for server folder structure, and then HTTP protocol methods, and then HTTP methods and status tools. So all the theoretical part we done, right? So tomorrow, what you guys, everybody, you can learn this one. So I will ask tomorrow, like the person whom I ask the person, so they need to tell the theoretical part. Okay, and your assignment is you can create one dynamic project, and already you aware of uh, project structure, like the backend files are and where the backend files are will be rated, and where the front end files. So you can HTML is the front end file, right? You can open the web content, and inside the web content you can take the some HTML file, and there you can pass the some dummy message, and then deploy the specific file into the AIM server. And if you want to project the complete oak technologies also, you can click on the project, and then you can deploy. Click on the project where you will get the run on server. Okay, you can specify, you can deploy the specific file, and you can deploy the product also. You can deploy, and then you can hit with this URL, you can get the data. These things you can do, and then tomorrow session will see few of the problems by using the servlets. Okay. So before going to start the servlets, everybody should have the awareness of these all the theoretical part. Okay. So that is your assignment. You guys do the assignment, and then you can take the screenshot of it, and then you can share in the groups.